The world of tennis has been plagued by shocking news over the years, with the likes of four-time Grand Slam winner Naomi Osaka not being left behind. In this video, we'll be looking at the teen sensation Naomi Osaka, a former world number one, and her new revelation, which has everybody shocked and blown away. Winning her first Grand Slam at the young age of 20 didn't feel enough for the young star, who at the time dominated the event and doubled her Grand Slam tally almost immediately. The Japanese tennis player has caused quite a stir and sensation among fans and colleagues in her career for the last couple of years, and it's no news that any news about her will definitely keep the fans of the game on their feet. So sit back and relax as we see the Asian sensation that has shocked the world, Naomi Osaka. Osaka was born on the 16th of October 1997 in Chuoku, Osaka, Japan. Naomi and her family moved to New York when she was 3, and her father made it his duty to teach his daughters how to play the game of tennis. When she was 8, they moved to Florida to have better opportunities to train, and due to this, she had her practices at the public court during the day and was homeschooled at night. Naomi's practices were paying off, but for a young star trying to enter the world of tennis, she never competed on the ITF junior circuit like many players, but instead played in some junior tournaments. She moved to the ITF women's circuit and had her first qualifying match in 2011 on her 14th birthday. Her best result in 2012 came from a 10K event she lost to her sister Mari in the semifinals. In 2013, Naomi played her first finals at a 25K event in June and finally turned pro by September of the same year. As a foreign tennis player who lived in the US from a very tender age, Naomi had dual citizenship. She was Japanese and American. She chose to represent Japan being her original background and where she connected more and had her roots. This gave her a lot of support from the Japanese Tennis Federation. Through this decision, she entered more tournaments, and by the end of the season, she was ranked among the top 250. With the passion and style Naomi played with, she was seen as one of tennis's most promising young players. By 2016, she had played in 3 tournaments in Australia, which brought her near the top 100 of the WTA rankings. She played in the French Open against Simona Halep, where she lost the match and couldn't play other grass court events after suffering an injury after the French Open. Osaka took a break to nurse her injury. She returned by July, where she played against Madison Keys, but lost the match and played at another Pan-Pacific Open, eventually ending the season in the top 50 of the WTA rankings. In 2018, Naomi produced one of her career's best results at the Australian Open, where she lost in the quarterfinals to Simona Halep. She progressed to the India Wells Open, where she won the tournament and finished the finals against Daria Kasatkina, making her the youngest player to win the event in 10 years. It is okay to say this good luck followed her through to the US Open, which she played afterward and had a victory over one of her idols, Serena Williams. This victory definitely shocked the world as much as it shocked Serena. The year passed and she closed it by ranking world number 4. In 2019, she had her eyes on the world number 1 position. She played in the Australian Open and won against Petra Kvitova with a 7-6, 5-7, 6-4 win, and became the first player to follow up her Grand Slam win with another since Jennifer Capriati in 2001. This victory also made her the first Asian player to be ranked world number 1. All these achievements at the young age of 22. Very amazing. The tennis star, who is also a social activist, has often spoke on social justice issues, which has attracted many people's attention. Apart from communicating on this issue, Naomi has shown the public that she believes in what she preaches. In August 2020, she withdrew from the Western and Southern Open tennis tournament to show her support and solidarity for the Black Lives Matter movement happening across U.S. cities, a pretty brave thing to do for a player of her age. During the U.S. Open in September 2020, Naomi made face masks with names of African Americans who had died in any racial attack at the hands of the police. This movement, for Naomi, aimed to make people start talking and know they were not alone. At the end of the tournament, Naomi won the finals against Victoria Azarenka with a 1-6, 6-3, 6-3 victory. She was awarded the Female Athlete of the Year for 2020 in recognition of her success and activism by the Associated Press. One would have thought the agenda being pushed by Naomi would drift her mind from the event and she would not get to the finals. However, in February 2021, Naomi won her second Australian Open title in a win against Jennifer Brady in the finals with a final score of 6-4, 6-3, making it a total of 4 Grand Slam titles to her name. After these groundbreaking records, you would expect Naomi to continue to soar higher and make more records, but rather, she began to struggle physically and emotionally. What has gone wrong in her career? No one would believe the shocking news she had to share. The news was so shocking that it shook the world. Over the years of her career, Naomi has had her wins and losses, and it will be correct to say that these losses and wins have crawled up to her and eaten her up. An obstacle that has always seemed to loom in her career has to be one injury and another. Because of these injuries, Naomi has had to take a few breaks or withdraw from competitions. In 2019, Naomi had to pull out of a semi-final game against Sofia Kenin at the Western and Southern Open due to a knee injury. Followed by these are a series of other injuries that the athlete has suffered, like withdrawing from a Melbourne tournament because of an abdominal injury in January 2022 and an Achilles injury in June 2022. These injuries are enough to tear a person apart by draining them physically and emotionally. In an Instagram post on the 31st of May 2021, Naomi revealed to the public that she had been dealing with bouts of depression since the US Open in 2018 and had difficulty coping with it. She says, "Anyone that knows me knows that I'm introverted, and anyone that has seen me at the tournaments will notice that I'm often wearing headphones as that helps dull my social anxiety." She says, "I'm not a natural public speaker and get huge waves of anxiety before I speak to the world's media." She was fined $15,000 for not speaking with the press during the French Open, and later, she withdrew herself from the event because of her mental health. Afterward, she revealed she would withdraw from the tournament to focus on her ongoing mental health difficulties, as she's still learning to deal with them. Roughly a month after, she withdrew from the Wimbledon tournament to have some personal time and focus on friends and family. Later in September 2021, her racket flew off her hand due to her frustration in the US Open in her game with Leylah Fernandez. In a press conference after the match, she said, "I feel like for me recently, when I win, I don't feel happy. I feel more like a relief. And then when I lose, I feel very sad." After the incident, Naomi revealed that she will take a break from tennis for a while. It is challenging for anyone to admit that they have a problem, let alone a top-rated star that has served as a role model to young girls wanting to break the records she had broken in the game. Her courage is commendable, because putting herself through many conferences after each game was too much for her. She later revealed in an interview in May 2022 that she is happy at how far therapy had taken her, and even though she has had her ups and downs in her mental health journey, she is optimistic about how far she has come. Another piece of news that caused an outburst from Osaka's fans is her new partnership with NBA superstar LeBron James to launch a media production company in collaboration with the Hillspring Company owned by LeBron. Although Naomi has said the company, Hanakuma, will produce both scripted and non-fiction content to highlight empowering and culturally specific stories to enlighten people, one would think this should make many people happy and interested. Instead, this has made fans angry and sad because of the name interpretation in different parts of the world. Although Osaka has a Japanese background, Hanakuma in her language means flower bear. Still, in Swahili, which has about 200 million speakers worldwide, Hanakuma means a totally different thing, in that a woman has no private part. This name has caused a lot of tension among the Kenyans particularly, and they have called Naomi out to reconsider the name. A fan tweeted, "If you keep the name Hanakuma, the name will override the news and stories you wish to share. The name of the brand is already news. I suggest a change and also just being a bit respectful to global culture." It is right to say that for a top athlete who is considered a role model for many people, thinking about respect for global culture is crucial. Naomi has had her ups and downs since her breakthrough in the world of tennis. She thrives as much as she can to achieve that which she is known for, and which has made her loved by fans worldwide. As much as news about her ends up shocking the world, she always tends to know how to deal with her issues in such a way that she comes back stronger. Even though Naomi has not said anything directly about the backlash the name has received, she said in a tweet that people should pray for her overthinkers. I don't think it's wrong to believe that it's intended for fans and everyone with a thing or another to say about the name.